Hi everyone, we are the Academicans from the Academy St. Lawrence. My name is Namtebi Anisha. This is Lubanga Kene John Paul, the other is Nakato Shamira, and the other is Namaganda Lorita. We are here for the high school CROSSFIRE debate, and we are debating the resolution. This house believes that creative economy has the potential to address youth unemployment. We are affirming and we are going against the Namilyango College. Of course, we are expecting to win, and since our motion states that for a brighter future, of course, we are expecting a bright future after today's debate. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Onen Henry Anwar, and with me I have my teammates. We are from Namilyango College. Here is Namanya Solomon Jeremiah, who is going to be our third speaker. Wambuzi Grace, who is going to be our fourth speaker. Wampamba Jordan is our second speaker, and I am the first speaker. So today we are debating a resolution that states this house believes that the creative economy has the potential to address youth unemployment globally. We are doing the high school CROSSFIRE debate. In this resolution, we expect to educate the people a lot about the creative economy and all the other sectors that we can use to address the global youth unemployment, which is a great challenge.
House rules. Each speaker has 5 minutes. The first and last minutes are protected. The judge will ring a bell to signal the protected time. The bell will ring continuously after 5 minutes.
This house believes that the creative economy has the potential to address youth unemployment globally. Namtebi Anisha is my name, the first affirmer. Creative economy basically means the kind of economy based on people's use of their creative imagination to increase an idea's value and talent. So youth unemployment says this is a state where where young people between 15 years and 24 years are actively seeking work but are unable to find employment. So panel, what is the problem in today's motion? The problem is the state of youth unemployment on a global basis. So therefore, there is need of a quick and effective solution for this problem. Why is there youth unemployment today? One, lack of qualifications and skills for a certain job, for a particular job today in the economy. We believe that the youth are the young adults, they are people, so they don't have these qualifications. Two is experience. Basically, today in today's economy, you need to be experienced to apply for a certain job. And we are talking of experience. This is we look at 5 years to have experience. Secondly, is the discrimination and bias. By I mean age and gender and ethnicity, which are a disadvantage to the youth. So now, panel, what is the current kind of economy happening in the world? Remember, we are looking at something global. One, there is traditional economy that depends on the traditions, beliefs, the shape, the goods and services of an economy. And these are as well as the manners and the rules of a tradition. By this, for example, an example of an industry in the traditional economy, you have agriculture, we have farming, we have hunting that depend on the natural resources, customs and the tradition. They also depend on experience. Secondly, the informal economy. For the economy, basically, we look at the white-collar jobs. There is law, there is doctors, there is such white-collar jobs. So now, panel, Tema Farmers come in and say, no, creative economy is the right approach to youth unemployment. Why? Panel, creative economy does not deal about, it's not talking about how should I bring this? As I said, creative economy is basically, it deals with the creative imagination of one's idea, one's talent. What do I mean by an idea? Idea, I mean a skill. Do you have a skill in farming? Come. Do you have a skill in, not allowed. Do you have a skill in carpentry? Then come. Do you have a talent? Talent, I mean dancing, I mean singing, I mean acting. So basically in the creative economy, we maximize what you have. What do you bring on the table? Do you have a phone? Yes. Come. You have a phone? Okay. So the United Nations Development Program talks about 87% of the youth today able to afford a phone, and 63.9% are actually using social media, and then 79% are able to access internet. So panel, in the creative economy, you said you have a phone, then come. If you have a phone, then we are going to maximize social media users, the platforms, we are going to maximize TikTok. You don't have a phone, because if 87 can afford a phone, then 13 don't have a phone. So you, the 13, what do you have? We have clay. You have clay? Okay, come, we go and deal in things like pottery. What do you have? We have peppers. Peppers? Okay, come we go deal in fashion designing. So it's creativity. What do you have? What you have is what we maximize. So this creative economy, yes, it works for the youth. Why? The youth are so flexible. They have the good adaptability skills. And another thing is they are very more associated with technology. So this really comes out to be the best way to approach this. Now, panel, as Team Affirmers, we stand on two grounds. One is creative economy. Is inclusive. Everybody can participate. You can participate. What don't you have? What do you have? That's basically what you need. In what ways? Since everybody can participate, this means that what do you have? A phone? Come. This, come. You don't need to be educated. No, you don't need to be literate. No. What do you have? It's what we want to maximize. Secondly, is job creation because of the diverse jobs. Because in the creative economy, we have industries like gaming, we have industries like farming and all. Rather, culinary arts. So basically, we are looking at maximization of what we have. I would like to rest my case.
Resolve. This house believes that the creative economy has the potential to address global youth unemployment. First of all, in rebuttals, they tell us that they actually achieve things like inclusivity. But first of all, how is it not inclusive? You realize it benefits urban educated youth, right, with access to smartphones, internet, and digital literacy, right? That means the youths who are, let's say, in LDCs, who are in villages, are not able to actually benefit from this, that they don't understand. It also excludes the rural poor. For example, even girls in patriarchal societies, people with disabilities, they don't understand that, right? Another thing about creative economy that they don't kind of understand is the societal bias with towards youth participation, right? Realize currently in status quo, in many societies actually, there are cultural narratives that glorify white-collar jobs. Even when a youth is talented, they face pressure to pursue degrees rather than passion, right? That means creative economy thus remains underutilized, not because youths aren't creative, but because society doesn't reward or respect creativity that they can talk about, right? So a team affirmative has to come and show us how they're going to change the mindset of society towards this creative economy, and then that's when they'll be able to absorb the large numbers of unemployed youth. Secondly, they come and tell us that creative economy involves the things like creative imagination and all that. But I think the definition is kind of shallow, because the creative economy is far just beyond just talking about that. Creative economy looks like things, for example, like the film industry, looks at things like music, art, looks at things like using digital things, and they talked about TikTok and all that, right? But realize, they tell us you're able to use TikTok. How many people are employed on TikTok? How many people are able to monetize their accounts on TikTok? There are very few. Look at YouTube. YouTube has very many people who could produce the content. But YouTube, for you to benefit from it, you have to have at least 1K followers and 4K watch hours, of which most people don't have the capacity to actually do that. That means your video editing skills have to be very high, of which they don't come and account for us how that is going to happen in these LDCs. People who benefit from YouTube are guys like people like Mr. Beast. When you come back to a LDC like South Sudan, someone just having his phone, recording a video, the algorithm of YouTube won't be able to put his videos there. That means he won't still be able to benefit from the creative economy. That means they're not able to absorb people. That means employment is not actually achieved on their side of the house. So, Chair, you also realize that the creative economy then is kind of ineffective on their side of the house. Malcolm X said that the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. That means the proposition wants us to chase the future, but they have forgotten the foundation on which the future stands on. Will the opposition team then believe that without quality education, every attempt to fix unemployment is a short patch to a long-term wound? That means our creative economy can't be able to solve unemployment globally, right? I've shown you that. Now, what do we present then? We find that quality education is there. Our quality education is not just about theory or degrees. It's education that builds market-relevant skills, problem-solving ability, digital and financial literacy, and adaptability needed for changing job markets. Be a panel, ladies and gentlemen. You realize why we have high employment rates right now? The major reason is because of the poor education that we actually happen in status quo. Unemployment arises when young people lack the right skills for the available jobs, right? That means many educational systems are outdated. Students graduate at the end of the day. You find very many people who actually graduate, they don't get the jobs because they don't have the necessary skills needed. So what will we have in our quality education to actually end global youth unemployment? We have curriculum reforms which are made or integrated to blend academic, vocational, and soft skills. We have informed career guidance and mindset change to remove the rigid mindset of youths and people towards the creative economy. That means our creative economy that means actually our quality education is producing youths with market-relevant skills, problem-solving ability, digital and financial financial literacy, which the side of the house does not have. The youth create their businesses, but they're not able to sustain their businesses to reach their birthdays. Businesses collapse, there's no sustainability. That means we have business management skills being taught to the youth, right? And even though they come and argue for things like funding not existing on our side of the house, we come and tell you that there are bodies internationally right now that can actually be able to come and help these countries. For example, Global Partners for Education, which has pledged over $4 billion US dollars just for 2025 to fund education systems in LDCs. We have UNICEF and UNESCO which can help us, and we have benchmark countries, for example, Singapore, Rwanda, that has done the vocational institution and the work. But to submit.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.